Hi, this is Sean Weaver with Six String Country, and in this lesson we'll be taking a look at my arrangement of the traditional English folk song, Scarborough Fair, and I'll also be taking you through Greensleeves with it. And this is going to be in a fairly highly altered tuning. It's open G minor, which is pretty closely related to open G, but it's a little more elusive, and I'll be talking you through the specifics of that as we get into the lesson. But this is a pretty advanced lesson that we're about to get into, and there is a more intermediate version of this in standard tuning right here on the website, so feel free to check that out also. Or, you know, if you'd like to tackle both, that'll really unlock a lot about the guitar, both in standard and in some of these altered tunings. So with that in mind, you get your guitar out, and I want you to get in tune with me, but first of all, you will have a capo on the 2nd fret, and I'll be taking you through this lesson really with a lot of detail, keeping your mind focused on, you know, how I'm referring to things in the tablature. When you see 0, I'm saying, you know, that's where your capo is. So we'll be talking through that, and I'll get your guitars right at the pitches your strings need to be at to be in the same tuning as me. But first of all, just get your guitar capoed up, and now we'll get into the lesson, and all those details will be right here for you. When you're ready to get into the arrangement, we'll want to get our guitars in the tuning of open G minor, like I mentioned in the intro. And the way we're going to do that is, if you're familiar with open G, this becomes a bit more of a direct line for you. If you're not, I'll explain string by string. But all open G minor is the tuning of open G with your 2nd string tuned down a half step. So now I have a capo on the 2nd fret of my guitar because I wanted this to sound in the key of A minor. And there's also some stretches in the left hand of the arrangement that are going to be somewhat made a little more manageable by having the capo on, and then the space in between the frets gets a little narrower, so it is an advantage for that as well. You've got all these open strings, and they're beautiful. They're going to come in handy for ringing notes against melodies, and melody notes flowing one into the other. And we're just going to start out with our open 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. Actually, even our open 1st string. We don't need the 2nd string in this first measure, but it's there, and it's on your sheet music, I call it G minor because I wrote it as though there were no capo, but with the capo on, it's A minor. But it's just the open minor chord. You're already there. There's nothing to do in the left hand. That does not make this a cop-out at all. We're actually going to get into some fairly intricate and advanced stuff as we go through this arrangement. But we throw in the bass note again and have an arpeggio underneath this time on the repetition. So it's like that this time. Just for these few variations in your sheet music, I didn't put a big repeat sign, but for all intents and purposes, if you were looking at just the lead sheet of the melody, you'd see a big repeat sign here because nothing changes in the melody. So you're just filling in the gaps more here with the bass and the arpeggio in measure 31, and that's between your open, again, all open strings, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string. And then you're going to the F chord again, okay? I'm using my thumb again, just like I explained in the previous lesson. You could do it with second finger, third finger, index finger. However it's comfortable for you to make that shape. In any event, then you're going back to the minor chord again, and open fifth, open third string, filling in the gaps with the fourth and third strings again, and then the same lick again, the hammer-on lick. That leads us up into measure at the 13th fret, index finger literally at the 12th, and without a capo, that would be in your tablature, as you'll see it there, 12, 11, 10. And it'll be open 6th string and your open 4th string. So we're going to get the 6th string and the 2nd and 1st together on beat 1, and then round it out with the 4th string followed by the 3rd string followed by the 2nd and the 1st together. And that's your arpeggio. Okay, just like that, and that's giving you the sound of an F chord going through a G chord back to a D minor chord. Again, if you had no capo on, I'm giving you the pitches. So it's just, your hand is in that shape, it's the 5th string and the 1st string for the melody, to the 2nd string, to the open 1st string. And then we're gonna go and measure 100, the F shape again. But this time, I'm going to get the 6th string and the 2nd string for the melody, round it out on the 4th string followed by the 3rd, and then drop back. I use my thumb, but I'm going to go down through the 2nd fret. I'm going to walk the bass down. And then go open 6th string and the fretted pitch on the 4th string to the open 3rd string to the 2nd fret, and then it's kind of like part of this E flat shape. I'm not getting the full chord, but I'm just going 1st fret and then the open 2nd string, 2nd. So we'll go ahead and play it now at the tempo I would play it at if I was just performing it, and there will be.